Have you ever gotten invited to do something really cool? Hey man, come on over. We're going to go over to the Metroplex. We're going to go to Six Flags, hang out there all day, and then we're going to go watch the Texas Rangers play. Cool, man. When are we going to do this? This Sunday. Nah. I'd love to go, man, but I can't. Got to go to church. You know, I'm the pastor. They pay me to be there. It's easy for Christians to become discouraged. It's easy for Christians to feel like they're missing out on something because they see the rest of the world and the rest of the world's having so much fun doing things that our preacher tells us we can't do. With all that in mind, and you look at the Apostle Paul and his history and where he was before he was saved and where he was after he was saved, and you can look at it in a way that the Apostle Paul was a socialite in Jerusalem. He was high in society in Jerusalem. And when he accepted Jesus Christ as his personal Savior, all that went away. And you can look at that and you can say, well, it must have been hard to be Paul. Or you can look at it the way Paul looked at it. In Romans chapter 1, verse 16, Paul wrote, I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God unto salvation to everyone that believeth, to the Jew first, and also to the Greek. Paul wrote that he was not ashamed of the gospel. He was not ashamed. He didn't feel shame. He wasn't disappointed. He didn't feel like he was missing out on a thing. He was not ashamed of the gospel of Christ. Why? Because it is the power of God unto salvation to everyone that believed. You can look at Paul and look at what he didn't have after salvation and say, man, that must have been discouraging. Or you can look at what Paul had after salvation. After salvation, Paul traveled the world. After salvation, Paul saw God work. After salvation, Paul was used by God in ways that satisfied his soul and gave him eternal hope. And as Christians, when the Lord saves us, when he extends his love toward us and brings us to the realization that we're sinners and we turn from our sin, we trust him as our personal Savior, there are things that we do give up. There are pleasures of the flesh that we give up. There are decisions that we make that we wouldn't have made beforehand. But at the same time, God fills us with so many things. He provides so many things for us. And he gives us so many opportunities to live for him, see him work, and have adventures with him that we truly live a full life. This Sunday at Grace Pointe Missionary Baptist Church, we're going to talk about God's love and salvation to us and how we can enjoy that, enjoy the fullness of that, and then express that in the way we live our lives day to day. And I sincerely hope to see you there. Thank you, and God bless you.